Hello, hi everyone. It's me, Rabia from SIUK, and here we have today Dr. Robert Duncan from Queen Mary University of London. He would be presenting today, and then towards the end, we will take some question and answers. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat box and the comment section on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. And yeah, I'll let Robert take over now.
Thank you, Rabia, and I'll just share my screen with you and get this set up.
Yep, we can see your screen now.
Yeah, perfect. So my name is Robert. I'm a member of the Global Engagement Office at Queen Mary University of London. Thank you for watching today. I'm just going to give a brief overview of the university and the programs that we offer and give you a taste of what living in London is like. So this is the main Queen's building, the first building you see as you come onto the campus. Queen Mary University is a campus university, so students live on the campus, they study on the campus. It's one of few campus universities in London, and I think it is one of the most interesting aspects of kind of the student experience at Queen Mary is that you're able to have the best of campus life, but also live in the City of London itself, which obviously has a lot to offer our students. We have around 27,000 students, around 39% of them are international students from overseas, and they're comprised of over 162 different nationalities, so huge diversity is present on the campus. That means that you'll obviously be able to share your Queen Mary experience with students from the country you're from, but also engage with other students from around the world. And I think that's one of the great things about studying with us is that you'll have the opportunity to make friends from all over the place. So we have students from China, India, Malaysia, Pakistan, the US, Europe, UK, hugely number of different nationalities present. Queen Mary is well known for a lot of things, so I'm just going to go through some of the rankings with you. So we are first in London for medicine, first in London for student satisfaction. This is according to the National Student Survey in 2020. So we're really proud of that. That's obviously a good accolade. Our students are happy with kind of the experience they are having. We're 11th in dentistry in the world, according to the QS World Ranking. We also invest a lot of money in the campus and in the facilities. So we've invested over £105 million in the campus facilities in the last 5 years. And we're also a big recipient of research income. So if you are a postgraduate student thinking about research, we often win a lot of research projects. We're ranked 11th overall in the UK, according to Times Higher Education, and 110th in the world, in the global world ranking. We're also a member of the Russell Group. Now, some of you may have heard of the Russell Group, but it was established in 1994. It's comprises 24 universities from across the UK. The universities themselves are research intensive. We receive over 3/4 of university research grants. Why is this important for you as a student? The main reason I say is that it allows us to attract world-class academics. World-class academics, they obviously do teach on the programs, but they also want to pursue their own research and obviously produce papers, produce research, produce books. So being able to work on this and also teach at Queen Mary means that you as a student, you'll have these academics teaching on your undergraduate program, on your postgraduate program, and particularly for a research student, you'll have the opportunity to work with them on exciting, academically stimulating, world-leading projects. Also, in terms of a benefit for you as a student is that Russell Group students on average earn around 10% more than non-Russell Group students in their graduate job. So at Queen Mary, we have 3 main faculties. And within these faculties, we have a number of schools. So the 3 faculties are Humanities and Social Sciences, Science and Engineering, and the Barts and London School of Medicine and Dentistry. And as you can see, within the three faculties, we have 19 schools. So a huge number of courses are available to study at Queen Mary. We have business and management, economics, finance, politics and international relations, English drama, geography, history, languages, law, engineering, material science, electronic engineering, computer science, mathematical sciences, physics and astronomy, biological and chemical sciences, and then also a huge number of programs in the School of Medicine and Dentistry offered by the institutes which comprise the school. So what I recommend to students who are interested in studying at Queen Mary is to have a look on the website. Within each of these programs, there are around 25 to 30 different undergraduate and postgraduate programs. So that you need to narrow down your choice to probably 2 or 3 course options, and then discuss with an advisor as to which you think would be the best fit for you. Have a look at the modules on the web pages, look at the academics that are teaching on the programs. And there's a lot of information around entry requirements, the tuition fees, the English language requirement, and also the future career destinations. So the course pages are an invaluable tool for somebody considering studying at Queen Mary. It does take a little bit of time because we have a lot of courses available, but that's the research that you have to do. Nobody's going to tell you what course to do. You as a student have to kind of, obviously, you have your own interests and you need to make your own decisions from that point of view. So do have a look at the website. You can see we have a broad course portfolio available. When I speak to students, there are not many courses that we don't offer. So yeah, lots of options. We also offer foundation programs. So we run a Pathway Foundation program, which has been running for 30 years. It's the only pathway program that's taught on the Queen Mary campus. This is for students who perhaps have to fulfill a year of extra tuition before they join the undergraduate program. Students are guaranteed progression to their degree program if they meet the required grades. We have a September intake coming up. Lots of options available on the Pathways Foundation program. And the same applies to our pre-masters program. That's running this summer, September, with a very high progression rate of over 90% onto our master's programs. So if you have fallen slightly short on the academic requirement for either the undergraduate or a master's program, please do consider the foundation program or our pre-masters program. So it comes as no surprise that we are located in London. We're in East London, to be specific. The campus itself, as you can see, we have a number of campuses across London. The Mile End campus is the largest. This is the place where a lot of our undergraduate students live and study. As you can see in the picture above, we have the Barts and London School of Medicine and Dentistry. That's about a 15-minute walk away from the main campus. And above that, we have the financial City of London. The City of London is the financial business district. There's obviously a lot of global companies based there. We engage with employers, with graduate employers there. A lot of our courses have work that happens in the city. So geographically, we're well linked into the business life of London, and also geographically about 10-15 minutes away from the city centre. This is a picture of the back end of the campus. So we're located next to a canal. We have a Mile End Park just across the canal. Plenty of accommodation available, several libraries, teaching blocks. And this is the tube map of London. So if you've never visited London before, this might look quite confusing. When I first moved to London, it took me a little bit of time to get used to how the system worked. But this is, we are located at Mile End, which is the number 1. We can see there the main campus. We also have other campus buildings at number 2, 3, and 4. But as you can see, we're on the Central Line. We're located around 15 minutes from Oxford Circus. Great proximity to the city centre. So being a student in London, what's it like? So obviously you have close by to the campus, you have Westfield Shopping Centre, which is the largest retail centre in Europe. We have the Olympic Park, Stratford, which has seen a lot of money spent on it over the last few years since the 2012 Olympic Games. We're also close to Shoreditch, which is a great cultural part of London. Lots of markets, shops, nightlife, restaurants. Obviously, in London, we have a fantastic theatre. The West End is host to world-leading productions, so you have the chance to enjoy those. Plenty of museums and gallery. We have in the picture there. We have the British Museum, the V&A, Victoria and Albert Museum, National Portrait Gallery, Science Museum. Plenty of sports, so Premier League, NFL, Wimbledon, NBA at times when we've had visiting teams come over. But most of all, basically, with sports, there's always something going on every weekend. So you have the chance to engage with that. I mentioned before, lots of nice restaurants and bars. And plenty of shopping. Our students like to shop in Oxford Street, Regent Street, which is where the SIUK London office is based, is obviously close proximity to that. I'm not sure if the office is on the picture, but maybe Robbie, you can tell me after, but I don't think it is. But it's obviously a great place to enjoy shopping in London. Plenty of markets. This is Borough Market. Really fun place to go. Probably around 150 different food stands. You can eat food there, get takeaway food. Probably around 10-15 minutes from the campus. London is a very green city. Much more so than many other cities. Obviously, there are lots of parks available. Hyde Park is the largest, Green Park. I live near Kew Gardens, which is a fantastic part of London towards the west. But that's just giving you a taster about how London is a fantastic student city. And it was voted the #1 in the world for international students by QS Best Student Cities. I've lived in London for 12 years. It's a fantastic place to live. There's so much going on. Easy to get around. I've never had a car. I have a little bike if I want to go for a little ride, but I can use the tube, use the bus services. Very easy. So what's it like being on campus? So on the campus, we have a really friendly student environment. I mentioned before that the campus provides a really nice community for our students. You are able to identify who is a Queen Mary student because everyone on the campus is somehow involved with the university. On the campus, we have careers centre, gyms, shops, health centre, cafes and restaurants, the student union, our advice and counselling services, which are there to help international students and students who have any issues, and libraries. So we are really a self-contained campus environment, but within the City of London with all the benefits of what I said before. So the Students' Union is a really important part of campus life. They are your representatives. Students' Union is elected by students for students. They arrange a lot of the social life on the campus. They're involved in ensuring that the Welcome Week, the Freshers Week is run at what events will be happening there. We have over 100 different sports clubs available, over 200 different societies. And as a student, I would really encourage you to get involved in this social side of the societies because it's a great way to meet people from different year groups, different courses, different programs, and from different people around the world who have a shared interest. It's a real great leveling block. When you first come to university, you might be a little bit nervous. Everybody is a little bit nervous. You're in a new environment. You may don't know anybody. So everybody's a little bit shy, and it kind of just throwing yourself into these types of events is a really fantastic thing to do. So we have over 100, as I say, over many different societies available. We also have kind of student societies for different countries. Obviously, it depends where you're from, but it's I'm the regional manager for Thailand, so I kind of always point out the Thai society, the Japan society. And as I mentioned before, we have lots of student support for you. We have the Student Society, the Advisory and Council Service, and then within every school and institute, there is a someone who is there dedicated to support student contact. So if you're having problems with your studies, if you have something outside of that you would like to discuss with the academic team, then we have the support available for you to have confidential conversations and get you on the right track to perform well in your studies again. UniBuddy is something that I always flag to prospective students. This is an opportunity for you to speak to current students. So if you go to the Queen Mary website, you can type in UniBuddy, and then there are multiple student profiles, and you can message them. And then they would tend to get back to you within 24, 48 hours. So it gives you a good opportunity to have a student-led discussion about what life is like at Queen Mary. And we have representatives from most course options available. So that's a valuable tool for if you have any queries about what student life is like. As part of our application system, we have a student portal. That's something I like to flag to applicants. This is something you need to become familiar with. We communicate via this in terms of admissions matters. So when you apply, you are giving a username and a password. So you should use that to log in. It's really invaluable, and that students remember to do that. This is what a undergraduate portal looks like. So as you can see there, it gives you a little bit of information about requesting a CAS, what is a CAS, applying for a visa, etc., etc. Accommodation-wise, we have lots of accommodation for our students, both at undergraduate and postgraduate level. This varies in cost from £130 to £200 per week. The bills include all electricity bills, cleaning, as well as Wi-Fi. The more expensive rooms have an ensuite bathroom. You can get a meal plan if you would like. Basically, once you apply, the residences team would contact you, just provide you with the options available. You'd select your preferred options, and then allocations are made as we get closer to enrolment time. So applications for accommodation are open. They opened up in March. The deadline is 30th of June, and rooms are allocated from July to September. So one of the things I want to flag as well is our fantastic careers office. A lot of students coming to London, they want to work part-time whilst they're studying. They obviously want help preparing for life in work. So the first thing to do, I always say to students, is to go and speak to the careers office in the first few weeks that you're at Queen Mary. It's helpful to get a CV review. They'll provide advice on that, get any interview practice. Part-time jobs are advertised within the careers office. We're also, the careers office actively helps find work placements and work experience for our students. Internships are advertised there. We have employers that come onto the campus to try and recruit our students as graduate employers. So it's good to network with them, get a taste of what companies are like by coming to some of their events, finding out, broadening your mind as to what a career in certain companies is like. I really, really recommend that. And then you can also, we have some fantastic resources available if a student wants to continue with an existing business or start their own business. So some of our students run fantastic companies, and then we have a entrepreneurship hub available at the campus, which really supports entrepreneurial activity. I've been blown away by how good the careers office is at Queen Mary. We have a really strong reputation amongst our alumni. Employers want our students, and we do the best to help them along the way. This is some of the kind of programs run by the careers office. I've kind of talked through them already, but the Q Incubator is the startup business. You can see we have the internship program, the mentoring program. Our alumni mentor our existing students. So we have, we're speaking with a student on the business management program who has 2 mentors who are working in different parts of business within London. And that's just a fantastic help for our students, because it helps shape their career perceptions about what career they would like to do, helps get them experience. They're making contact with people in the workplace already. And overall is a massive contribution to the degree experience at Queen Mary. So we have many different programs. This is just some of them: business management, career destinations, some blue chip company names there: JLL, Amazon, Bloomberg, Accenture, for marketing, Facebook, Shell, Expedia. So with obviously every different course has different career destinations. So on the course pages, again, you can kind of see some examples of where our students have gone on to work. And that gives you an idea about the traditional route that a graduate will go on. One of the benefits of being in London is it is obviously a world business hub, so there is a lot of opportunity for internships, for work experience, for part-time work, and to attend interviews. So you within London, you travel around. Probably the max travel distance within London itself is about an hour and a quarter, so you can get in and around the city fairly easily. It's fantastic to engage with companies. Queen Mary provides a great platform, but it's up to you as a student to make the most of it. Nobody's going to hand you it on a plate. You have to really engage with this. Otherwise, you might find yourself at the end of 3 years as an undergraduate thinking, "Oh, I wish I'd spoken to the careers office in year one." It's just a good bit of advice. So entry requirements, these obviously depend on where you're from in terms of the qualification that we accept. This can be seen on the international pages on the website, but also on the course pages. These are general requirements, so please do check with the specific course. So for foundation, we normally require 75%, 80% entry score. Undergraduate at A-level, we look from A star AA to BBB. For pre-masters, we look at around 60 to 75% of your undergraduate degree. For postgraduate, some of our programs, most of our programs, where you need a 2-1, there are some that accept the 2-2, but again, please to check. And IELTS varies, but minimum 5.5. Most of our undergraduate programs look for 6.5, going up to 7.5. We do run a English pre-sessional program for students who fall slightly short of the requirement at IELTS level. We also accept alternative English assessments. So on the website, there is a web page that shows the other English language qualifications that we are able to accept. So please do check with that as well, because sometimes students have taken a different test which meets our entry requirement. So have a look at the English requirements, make sure that you're aware of them as early as possible, because sometimes we get students who don't consider this and then are running around in the summertime looking for an IELTS test, and that makes life pretty difficult. So if you do come on to apply to us, or a current offer holder, please do check your email regularly. We do send out a lot of information. Obviously, you may have a counsellor that you can chat with as well, who's there to help from SI UK. But do keep an look out on our web pages. Obviously, the past year we've had a lot of changes due to the coronavirus epidemic. We've had to put a lot of information to our students, to applicants, to offer holders. So it's important that you keep up to date with that, and also the travel requirements to the UK, which are obviously quite changeable at the moment. I do just want to make a quick discussion about COVID-19. Obviously, the picture in the UK is looking quite positive. Currently, we have no cases of coronavirus at Queen Mary. We have a web page where we demonstrate the number of cases that we have at the university. We have none at the moment, and that is similar to the trend within the UK, which has seen a huge decline in coronavirus cases over the past few weeks because of the success of the vaccine program. We expect all adults within the UK to be offered a vaccine by the end of July. So as a nation, we're doing okay. Obviously, depending on, there are travel restrictions in place for some countries at the moment. So it's important that you do keep up to date with those if you are planning on traveling to the UK in the summertime or in September. We are optimistic that we'll be able to return to face-to-face teaching by September. The government announced that face-to-face teaching was possible from May the 17th. Nobody can predict the future 100%, so we do have to caveat that with, obviously, we're at the mercy of the virus and the epidemic, but we are very, very optimistic that face-to-face teaching will be in a position to deliver that by September. And if not, we have the blended learning model, which has been very popular with students for this year. I think it will complement our traditional face-to-face offering for the future anyway. So you have the option to watch lectures back, to engage in work on the online platforms. And I think perhaps speculative that will probably be a part of higher education moving forwards for universities, so that we are well prepared. And we've invested a lot in our online tuition system, so it makes sense to bolt that onto our face-to-face offering. And that is the end of my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. If they are specific admissions questions, I'll try my best, but there's the admissions department do handle all of our admissions cases, so they are best placed to answer those, but happy to answer any queries that you may have. I guess I should summarize by just saying that overall, obviously, we have a lot to offer our international students. Campus university in the City of London, that's the number one thing for us. Russell Group University, market quality. We have higher entry requirements because we're a selective university for some courses. So please do keep an eye out on the course closure dates. We do still have availability for September this year. I forget what year it was, for September this year. But some courses obviously do fill up. So if you are keen on applying, then please do apply as soon as possible. So we have some questions here.
Yes, Rob. So we have the first question was on YouTube from Pravesh Chand, and he said, do you have any fintech or business analytics course?
Yes, several, many on the website. So have a look. There is business analytics, there is data science. A lot of our programs have a strong mathematical element. Our graduates are extremely in demand for data science, for blockchain work. So do have a look at the business management course suite. So they are available at undergraduate and postgraduate level. At MSc, there is a data analytics course. So have a look at that. I see the second one. Do I need to do CAPE or not? I'm not sure what that means, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah. If Ariel, you can give us more details and write to SIUK at info@studyin-uk.com. Our consultants will be able to help you.
So somebody's asked about PhD scholarships. So there is a scholarship page on the Queen Mary website. So there are scholarships available for undergraduate students, for postgraduate students. These are available for specific programs. Also, there are donation scholarships given by our former alumni that applies to certain countries, to certain courses. So please do have a look at the scholarship pages. For PhD projects, there are fully funded PhD places available. Normally, they are part of research projects. So when I said that when we win a research contract, normally that comes with funding for 2 or 3 PhD researchers. Now, someone considering a PhD has 2 options. One is that they find a project within the broad subject area that they're interested in that has funding and apply for that, or they look for a scholarship available at a university to fund their own PhD interest. So you can have a look at the Queen Mary website. You can also look at www.jobs.ac.uk, and there is a section on PhDs available there. Normally, the funded PhDs are advertised there, and it's very much like applying for a job. You apply for the PhD. But at Queen Mary, we have a huge number of PhDs, lots of research going on at the university. We get a summary of work that's going on in the university once a fortnight. It's fantastic. So do have a look at the PhD pages on our website. Somebody says, do we have nursing courses? No, we don't offer nursing, I'm afraid. We offer MBBS, we offer dentistry, we offer a whole slew of medicine and health programs, global health, but we don't have a nursing program.
Okay, if there are no more questions, we will end this session now. And Robert, if you want to put down your email address as well for students to reach out just in case. And
I'll put my email address in the chat. There we go.
I've put down our email address as well on YouTube. I'll just put yours as well. And yeah, feel free, everyone, to write to us or write to Robert with any more questions. And yeah, we'll end the day now and have a great weekend, Robert. Thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. Thank you for everybody attending.